Yo, what's good, what's good? Back with a new video. And I wanted to see what Kwame Brown was talking about with the Stephen A. Smith. Like, I understand when he said he was holding back for his NBA player contracts and stuff like that. But I wanted to see how the rest of the league really felt about Stephen A. Smith. So y'all check this video out. I found on NBA players reacting to Stephen A. Smith and how they feel about him. Y'all check this out. Make sure y'all drop a like and hit that sub button. Let's get it. We growing really good. Let's keep it up, man. Thank y'all for the love.
Stephen Marbury. Ex-NBA player and CBA legend Stephen Marbury didn't hide his not-so-favourable remarks against Stephen A. during an interview when the former Knicks point guard was asked about the sports journalist's demeanour as a well-known basketball analyst. I think Stephen A. Smith, he does what he's doing for TV, that's it. That's the best way to paraphrase what's actually happening, what's going on. Stephen A. Smith, he's never played any professional sport, and I think when you have these guys like him and Shannon Sharpe, he explained, when you have a football player talking about basketball, I think you're doing it an injustice towards people's ears and understanding about what's actually happening on the court. When you listen to guys like Chris Webber and Kenny Smith, even Charles Barkley, when you're listening to these guys and they're talking about basketball, it's okay to have an observation about what it is that you see. John Wall. In 2018, Stephen A. got into a Twitter feud with the injury-riddled point guard John Wall, criticising his lackluster play and subpar performance despite being the highest-paid player on the Wizards' payroll. The tenured media personality also took a swipe at Wall's off-court misbehaviours, such as the frequent partying and visiting nightclubs in DC. Wall didn't take Stephen A.'s comments lightly and came back swinging against the First Take anchor. It doesn't bother me. It's like this. If you have a personal problem with me, come talk to me like a man. If you want to talk about me as a basketball player, that's fine. I'm cool with that. I can take that criticism. That's what comes first when you're that guy. But when you want to take things to a personal level, you can have a conversation with me one-on-one like a man. If you don't like me, you just don't like me. I'm fine with that. I might not like you either. That's cool. Wall's provocative tweet led to a series of heated exchanges between the two, in which Stephen A. retorted that he's not the type of dude who's going to back down from a fight. I don't want to hear a damn thing about Wall about talking to him man to man. I showed at one game and waited for him in the locker room and he wouldn't come out. So the next time Wall or any other player tells you that they're looking for a man-to-man conversation, Smith tweeted at Hughes, tell them to name the time and place and I'll show up. I'd welcome it, even on my damn vacation. I'm not the one hiding, never have, never will. John Wall just casually shrugged off Stephen A's seemingly empty threats, claiming that he's actually the one who avoids the supposed confrontation. LOL bro, you walked past me with your head down after I got my x-ray from my foot after the Boston game. Stop capping bro, you know me. I don't know who you know from my camp, stop hiding. Seems like you got a personal problem with me, not about basketball. To be honest, I really have no idea who's telling the truth on this one. Who do you think is dodging cower between John Wall and Stephen A? Let me know your answers on this one by commenting down below. Kevin Durant. During the 2016 free agency, Stephen A speculated that Kevin Durant might be joining the Wizards or Lakers after reports of his rocky relationship with Russell Westbrook started to surface. Regardless of how senseless it may sound, in one breath, I'm hearing that if Kevin Durant doesn't stay in Oklahoma City, LA is his primary objective and landing spot as opposed to South Beach or even his home of Washington, D.C. In response to Stephen A's unconfirmed conjecture, KD fired back claiming that the veteran sports journalist didn't even talk to him about the said matter, and even to the extent of calling him a liar. I don't talk to Stephen A. Smith at all. Nobody in my family, my friends, they don't talk to Stephen A. Smith, so he's lying. If you ask me a question, I'll talk about them. But like I said before, I have people who I talk to about everything, and I know for a fact that they didn't talk to him, so he's making up stories. LeBron James. After his beef with KD, Stephen A. would incite another scoop in 2016 surrounding the building drama happening in Cleveland between LeBron James and Kyrie Irving. He claimed that an inevitable trade was about to happen due to Kyrie being unhappy playing second fiddle to the king. If Kyrie Irving was in front of LeBron James right now, LeBron James would be tempted to beat his ass. When LeBron learned about Stephen A's tweet, the king simply zeroed in on the journalist's questionable credibility. Not facts, people. Boo! Get another source. In the aftermath, Stephen A got the W on this one and his prediction was on target. Kyrie did have some issues with LeBron and the two former teammates eventually parted ways. So let's just give credit where credit's due. Andrew Bogut. Andrew Bogut was known to be the backbone that anchored the Golden State Warriors defense in their first title run back in 2015. But before the playoffs, Stephen A critiqued the Aussie and even called him Andrew bogus for faking injuries, lack of commitment and playing half-heartedly. He can certainly defend, but behind his back, he's called the Tin Man for a reason. No heart. The Warriors devoid of big man presence because Andrew Bogut continuously resembled Andrew Bogus as somebody who's a complete no-show. Bogut's response? Well, there's no other satisfying reply aside from this 7-word clapback. He is just a wanker, pretty much. Lamar Odom. As we all know, Stephen A is not the type of guy who would hold his tongue when he's on TV, but sometimes he tends to go overboard with his half-thought statements and reckless remarks. This is what happened when he lashed out at former Knicks president Phil Jackson for hiring Lamar Odom, who was battling his own demons off the court at the time concerning his substance abuse. His very first move as an executive was to sign Lamar Odom, who was on crack. Listen, I love Lamar Odom the person and God bless him. We're wishing nothing but the best. But metaphorically speaking, his first move as the executive of the New York Knicks was to sign Lamar Odom, who was on crack. Calling someone on crack during live TV is just unacceptable, and it did eventually bite Stephen A in the back as Odom released a 3-paragraph statement condemning his reckless action. Here's an excerpt of the message signed by Odom's lawyer. To say his conduct was outrageous and unacceptable does not scratch the surface. We hope those at ESPN will actively voice their disdain for Mr. Smith's inappropriate statement and take the proper action to support those that are fighting this disease. We would hope that your network would use this situation as an opportunity to become more actively involved in this case. Tensions between the two camps eventually fizzled out as Stephen A apologized to Odom just a few days after the incident happened. Markieff Morris. After the Washington Wizards forced a Game 7 courtesy of a cold-blooded John Wall 3 in the 2017 playoffs against the Celtics, one half of the Morris twins, Markieff, delivered a good old butt slap to Stephen A as he heads to the dugout. When the spectators caught the friendly horseplay, Markieff jokingly said that it's the only way you can get back to someone with a reputation like Smith. That's the only thing you can do other than hit him. I would get in trouble for hitting him or doing anything. That's the only thing I can really do without hurting him. I know a lot of people probably wouldn't mind if I hurt him, but my paycheck would have minded. Stephen A was actually pretty cool with it initially, but after seeing Keith's tweet, he took it back and the once harmless incident seemed to escalate at this point. Don't ever touch me again, bro. Don't ever touch me again. I ain't playing. I thought he was playing. When I saw the quotes thereafter, you touch me again and then it's going to be a problem. That's all I'm going to say. Let me get back to this Paul Millsap point. He was upset because I like Markieff Morris and I know he can play. And obviously, I'm not threatening anything physical. He would kill me. The point I'm trying to make is just don't put your hands on me. Of course, the 6'10" enforcer would later respond by flexing his muscles and gave his 2 cents about Smith's subtle jabs of defiance. Words always get mixed up, but for sure don't want these problems, bro. #trust me. A neatly dressed media personnel versus a 6'10", 245-pounder, fully tattooed, mean-looking guy. I'm certainly going to put my money on Keith if by chance these two forces collided. Thanks for watching this video and don't forget to like and subscribe. Which one is your favourite beef of Stephen A? You can put your answer to this one by commenting down below. That's about it for Hoop Nation. Thanks for watching and I'll see you next time.